Hello guys and welcome to a new career. This is the Kirev Racing operation that we will be running for F125 as a new series, of course, with our driver career with new Red Bull. We're going to do this on the side. We're going to actually take it in turns to do like art races and doing stuff. But anyways, I've already actually done the liveries. If you haven't really noticed, if you do the floral colours, it's a bit like if you know like my favourite race driver of all time is Jenson Button, no doubt. I'd say he's better than Hamilton. That's my opinion. This livery is based on the Brawn GP. I've tried to do as much like floral yellow as I can. I think that's probably good. Probably like that, but yeah, this is based on the 2009 Brawn GP livery that, of course, Jenson Button won his one and only championship in. And if you look at them drivers, they might look a bit familiar. If you can't tell already who they are, we are looking at... We have Paul Aaron and Zach O'Sullivan. So Paul Aaron is, of course, the reserve for Alpine. I think he's a really good driver. He deserves a chance in Formula One, and so we've got him in our books. And then, of course, we've got former Formula 2 driver with ART, Zach O'Sullivan. He actually races in Super Formula now, but he was dropped from, I think, ART purely because of funding issues. I think actually because some of the sponsors and that pulled out. I don't know whether Williams released him or something, but he's in a stable place within Super Formula. But we've signed him. His pace is good, Zach O'Sullivan, so I really like him. We're going to have him. Those are our two drivers now. On the side, I've got Isaac Hadjar, potentially replace one of them. It just depends. Who shows the better speed will get, of course, a seat. But that is our driver lineup. If you look at them two, Paul's got better pace than Zach O'Sullivan, but you know, these are two really good drivers on paper. If you look, I've chose them two. So Paul Aaron and Zach O'Sullivan will have for the first season. In terms of we are last. That's a magnificent start to life in Formula One. We're last by a country mile, so our drivers are going to really need to persevere. I've got the increased resources so that we can just get up, a bit quicker. Because it's I've seen on my last my teams and stuff that it's a lot based on because you might be last for a little bit, but I want to have it I think I'd like to be constructors champions by season 4, ideally, because we want to get then. So this season will be at the back. Need to progress towards midfield in season 2. Season 2 in season 3 progress to being a front runner, and then season 4 we need to be fighting for championships, I think. But the series will continue from there, of course. But yeah, round 1, season 1, we're going to do a 10 race calendar. But yeah, we're going to go to Albert Park for the Australian Grand Prix. We're just going to jump straight into qualifying from here. So yeah, let's go. Yep, we are ready for qualifying here at Albert Park. I'm getting ready for qualifying. I'm going to go on soft tyre and straight away I look at the Halo. This really good car. I think oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. That's for sure. I didn't actually know that the wheel was calibrated because I've been using my controller and stuff. But like, because I've had the controller held, I've been using the controls. I'm just going to try and work my way as much as I can, really push. Realistically, I shouldn't be like, I don't have high hopes. It's, first, it's going to come throughout, the season, how much, upgrading we'll do, because it's going to come a lot down upgrades through this season. Yeah, but we'll start with oversteer out that corner. But yeah, not a great qualified session, but that's purely because I didn't even know the wheel was calibrated. But we are starting last with Zach O'Sullivan for the race. 15 laps, by the way, so let's see how it's done here.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Charles Leclerc on pole, so Ferrari, the one swinging the early punches, and Leclerc by actually about 4/10 quicker than Verstappen. They're already third in the R&D chart when I checked, but no surprises, we are last in the pack. But we weren't too far off Colapinto. I think we're going to be mainly fighting like some of the our racing bulls and the Alpines this season. But we're starting last. I don't expect too much.
The winter is over. It's time for Formula 1 2025. Yes, that long break that you've all been coping with so well can now be put to the back of your minds. It's on-track action and it's off-track drama. That's what we're looking forward to. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Norris, George Russell, and Tsunoda, Piastri, Ocon, Antonelli, and Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Hülkenberg, Carlos Sainz, and Gasly, Behrman, Albon, Isaac Hadjar, and Gabriel Bortoleto, Lawson, Colapinto, Aaron, and Zach O'Sullivan rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me for this afternoon's commentary, Naomi Schiff. Good afternoon, Gnomes. New season, new dawn, and now 22 cars and 11 teams on the grid.
First of all, this is such an exciting time. I mean, to have an 11th team on the grid is exciting news for the sport. But for them today, I guess you would be really nervous. It's the first time you're going to be doing this. There is so much to learn. But at the end of the day, they've got to remember that expectations aren't that high. They've all been there before. They've all had their first race, and no one is expecting them to land on the top of the podium. So just learn to walk before you can run.
Okay, let's try not to worry. I know you gutted to be starting from here, but just focus on putting that and some other cars behind you. Good luck.
Here we are here in Australia on the grid here at Albert Park. Ideally, I'm focused on getting a good start, getting ahead of Paul in that, getting some early positions really, and I think we'll just settle in the race from that. Maybe some aggression on the straights, get some battery down and stuff. Use that. But apart from, as far as I'm concerned, I don't expect to score points straight away. You know, it's a long season, so it's going to be a big process. It's just a case of, you know, we've got to just take our time really with things. The points will come for sure. We'll have them someday, but it's just we can work to make it sooner rather than later. So there's I just hope we can get like as far as like we possibly can, settle in the race from there, and just glide into sunset really. So yeah, let's head away for the Australian Grand Prix. And now we are going to head to 5 red lights here in Albert Park for the Australian Grand Prix. Lights out, and away we go. Leclerc from Paul on your right, Verstappen on your left. Straight away having to go to each other, but we're looking down on board. So straight away, we're getting down the inside of Colapinto and Lawson, a bit cautious into turn 1, aggressive on the exit with the tyres, the mediums have got on, and we pass them with ease. Leclerc leads, cautious again. We've got Lawson trying to make a pass. Aaron in a battle with Colapinto, but now we're a bit faster on the exit than Bortoletto, and we're going to just stay behind them. Not maybe the best exit, not using the curb. Maybe I should have, but we're still looking to make moves. We're closing up on Bortoletto, but we're in P19 so far. But yeah, we've got Bortoletto on the exit of that corner, picking up on people's mistakes and just gonna sit behind Albon. We're in P18, so no need to take risks. Maybe there's an opportunity potentially on the stream, might get some slipstream off Albon. Doesn't really work, we're just gonna stay behind. But now here on lap 2 with O'Sullivan, we use all the curb possible, we get Albon, and we're gonna take P17 now. We try and close up to the Hassel Ollie Behrman, but we're into 17th now. But now here, we're doing really well. I'm just having a look at people in P16 ahead of Bortoletto, Albon down the team, but we're being sat behind Behrman for the last few laps. The gap between Behrman and Hadjar 2 seconds, so we really need to get a move on. Verstappen still front runner, followed by Norris, Leclerc and Piastri. Piastri just exiting the corner now. He's got the Ferraris behind him on lap 5 of 15 here in Melbourne. This is his home track, maybe a little mistake there, but he's got them hard tyres on. Let's see how he's going to do. But now here, on the exit, he touches the curb, and he's on the grass. Piastri just seeing others pass in front of his eyes. And there's us, we pick up a position into P15, slots out behind Bortoletto, but that's a big twist in the race. And now we're really closing in on Ollie Behrman, really aggressive on the entry. We're going to get DRS here, might use it to send a move down the inside. What's it going to be? Whoa. We just stuck behind him on here, lap 6. Stuck behind him, and the gap's 2.1 between him and Hadjar. So if we want to get a move on, we're going to have to pass him to get towards Hadjar, Sainz and Stroll. And now here, we're going to have the DRS here to play with. DRS flap is going to open now. We're going to use a bit of battery. Try and power. He blocks us on the outside, but I'm going to get in on the inside with a little bit of contact. We've Gonna pass Behrman for 14th in this Grand Prix in our Kirev Racing car. Further up ahead though, they're really going for it. We're going to go on board with Handjar because this is a really good angle. And now here, Sainz is going to try and go around the outside of Stroll. Sainz is going to have the inside line. Stroll still keeping his foot in. He's still keeping the foot in, just trying to chip in there. But Sainz blocks Stroll and he stays ahead. But could this be Handjar's moment? And now yeah, he's going to go down the inside. He's strolling now, Isaac Handjar. What a move by Isaac Handjar. Thank God we have this in on lap 7 of 15 here in the Australian Grand Prix. What a move by Handjar though.
Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta. Okay, I've got a brand new race strategy on your MFD if you want to go and check it out. Understood, copy that.
To everyone in the pits to replace this front wing. As everyone just passing us, we're inverted, we're just dropping positions really, and we're going to get released down in P18. Aaron in the pit, I think we've held him up a little bit, but we stay ahead of Lawson, new front wing and soft on. I don't think anyone else is going on soft, but it's going to be interesting. Back here, heading on to lap 10 now. We're behind Pierre. We're in 17th as Behrman actually retired under the safety car. We'll get a better exit than Pierre. We're going to have better tyres for freeway. We're going to go around the outside here if we can. We're going to leave him as much room as possible. He keeps the foot in, but we're going to have the inside line now and we're going to make the most of it here. We're in the P16 chasing Albon for P15 now. That could all change here on lap 13 of 15 here. Bad exit for Albon, and he gets passed by Bordello. That's going to give us a chance to slide in, use a bit of battery here, and we are going to get into P15 here. But Albon still keep the foot in close to the wall. We're going to make that pass stick and full focus on the Sauber ahead of Gabby Bordello. So close to the wall. But now we're receiving pressure from Albon, who is right behind us. He's got the DRS and he's going to try and move around the outside. I think I'm leaving him enough room, but he's squeezing us in the wall. We lock him. Albon passes. Has he got damage? Yes, he has. But so have we. So we're playing it extremely cautious. What's Albon going to do? Albon's in the pits on the last lap. We're staying out. We've got quite a bit of damage. The end plate of the front wing is off as we pass Albon there. But we're going to face immense pressure from Liam Lawson, and almost right away, he's having to go at us. We hold position around the outside. We are really just fighting to keep position. He's going to have DRS. This is 2 of 3 DRS straights on, well, 2 of 4 DRS straights on the track, but we hold in position magnificently. There's a train all the way down to Stroll in the Aston Martin. Then there's Aaron, I think you might have seen in the background there. Here with the shoulder cam, we'll run wide a little bit, but we're going to keep it. Lawson, he's now going to look for a way around the Aston. Slow down a little bit, yield. But now he's going to have to pass on the outside for those mediums. He is going to pass. But we are going to try. We run out of road to do it. And Gasly now seeking an opportunity potentially. I was thinking about sending it down the inside of Lawson. We look up and make a mistake, but we still got that foot in. We are desperate. But even the tiniest bit of places, even though they don't guarantee a world championship point, Pierre still there, but not anymore. We take full advantage of the fact we've got the inside line, and we're going to finish our first race in the team with O'Sullivan in P16. Get in there. Well, not a difficult race. 2 collisions, but we do actually get driver of the day from Our team did a pretty good job,
It's
actually, to
another
be fair.
victory and a
So,
champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
Well, they kept us guessing during pre-season testing. We all wondered who it was going to be, and to have them drawn out here today, that they are the ones to beat, just goes to show that all the work they put in has really counted.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. One of the all-time greats celebrates yet again. It's another podium, it's another top step for Max Verstappen. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
yeah, that was a tough race. Take ourselves, I think could have been better. Could have had P15 if it wasn't for Alex Albon turning in us on was. We could have even gotten the points if I'm being honest. If that safety car didn't come out, we did spun while going towards Sainz and Stroll, and I think it was Alonso. But we finished P16. Paul Aaron P20. So we'll just. I think this sets a benchmark for where we might be this season. But yeah, we'll just head on to the next race really and just try our best.